Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today here at the Taubman Museum of Art. My name is Katrina, and I'm here to bring you today's Art Spotlight. We're going to be focusing on this particular piece by Eric Standley called The Lesson of Atticus. So I'll let you come in a little bit closer and take a look at this piece, and as we look at it, I'd like for you to consider the colors that are being used, the materials, how it's put together, and the various shapes and designs that you see. Eric Standley has created this from PVC and paper, each layer painstakingly cut by laser cutter to create this fantastic imagery. Eric Standley is a professor at Virginia Tech in their School of Visual Arts, and he's very much inspired by Islamic architecture as well as Gothic stained glass. And this particular piece, The Lesson of Atticus, was created in 2019, so it is a recent piece. And we're going to let you also see the side of this piece so that you can see the colorful layers that are occurring here. There are actually 34 layers in this composition, and they are direct negotiations of discipline and improvisation under an overriding purpose. So the Lesson of Atticus, if any of you are familiar with Harper Lee's novel To Kill a Mockingbird, this was the primary inspiration for this piece. And Eric Standley writes that the character of Mrs. Dubose, who was addicted to morphine, vowed to rid herself of the drug in order to die a free woman. Atticus Finch had Jim, his son, read to Mrs. Dubose seemingly as punishment, but truly it was a lesson about liberty and purpose. Atticus Finch explains this to Jim in the novel, and I quote, "She had her own views about things, a lot different from mine. Maybe. I wanted you to see what real courage is, instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand. It's when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway, and you see it through no matter what. You rarely win, but sometimes you do. Mrs. Dubose won, all 98 pounds of her. According to her views, she died beholden to nothing and nobody. She was the bravest person I ever knew." End quote. Consider how this artist has embodied this lesson of Atticus in this work of art. Each intricate layer, perhaps signifying the layers of Mrs. Dubose, this cranky elderly woman on the street whom everyone loves dearly. And notice the lacy inner patterns that are very intricate and beautiful and delicate, and yet the strength of each layer of this piece. And as a whole, its commanding presence. What a great piece to have here at the Taubman Museum of Art. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.